41. Explain RTM, Requirement Traceability Matrix. Answer. The RTM, Requirements Traceability Matrix, is defined as a tool used to identify and track the requirements and deliverables of a project. This is accomplished by establishing a thread for each component. In addition, it manages the overall requirements of the project. There is nothing complicated about this method, and anyone can do it. RTMs come in many forms. A test matrix, for example, proves that tests were conducted. Additionally, it can be used during the software development process to identify issues and requirements. 42. What is the importance of Agile testing? Answer. The Agile testing process involves software testing that adheres to Agile software development principles. The software is evaluated from the customer's perspective. This software development practice involves frequent, automated testing of new code and the immediate fixing of defects as soon as they are discovered. Each feature is tested as it is developed. Among its advantages are, all testers and developers can work together, boosting performance. Each feature is tested as it is developed. Ensures a high-quality product that meets customer expectations. Reduces costs and saves time. Highly adaptable and flexible. Assists developers with releasing software as soon as possible and improves product quality. 43. What is the difference between regression and retesting? Answer. Regression testing. Regression testing, also known as generic testing, revolves around rerunning functional and non-functional tests. It is especially done to ensure whether previously developed and tested software still performs the same after a change or not. It can be performed either manually or using automated tests. Retesting. Retesting, also known as planned testing, is used for specific bugs after it has been fixed by the developers. Retesting is performed to check the scenario under the same environmental conditions after detection has been fixed. – 44. What is system testing and unit testing? Write the difference between them. Answer. System testing. It is a typical black box testing technique that is performed in a complete and fully integrated system to evaluate the system's compliance with its specific requirements. It must investigate both functional requirements and non-functional requirements. Generally, it is performed by both testers and developers. Unit testing. In unit testing, each component of the software is individually tested. Generally, unit testing is performed by developers. Those systems that have a lot of interdependencies between their modules cannot be tested by unit testing. – 45. What are the types of integration testing? Answer. Integration testing includes the following types. Big Bang testing. It involves integrating all the modules and components at once and then testing them as a whole, single unit. When testing these components together, they are treated as an entity. The integration process will not proceed if all the components of the unit are not completed. Bottom-up testing. This strategy involves testing lower-level modules first, then moving on to higher-level modules. As long as top-level modules have been tested, the process continues. Upon integrating and testing the lower-level modules, the next level of modules will be created. Top-down testing. This strategy involves testing software systems from top to bottom according to the control flow. Tests are conducted first on the higher-level modules, followed by tests and integration of the lower-level modules to verify the functionality of the software. Testing is carried out using stubs when some modules are not yet ready. 46. Name some of the most popular integration testing tools. Answer. Among the most commonly used integration testing tools are DB unit asterisk Makito Greenmail Rest Assured Unit 5 H2 Database, etc. 47. What is test harness and test closure? Answer. Test harness. Test harness, also known as the automated test framework, is a collection of software and test data required to unit test software modules during development. It is mostly used by the developers and helps in the automation and execution of unit test cases. It generally includes two main parts as given below: test execution engine, test script repository, test closure. Test closure is basically a document that provides the summary of all the tests that are performed during SDLC. It gives full detailed analysis reports of the bugs that are discovered and removed. It is usually performed prior to the end of the testing process. 48. Explain different stages of the defect lifecycle. Answer. The defect lifecycle consists of the following stages: new, potential defect that hasn't been validated; assigned, assigned to a team for resolution, but not yet resolved; active, developers are currently investigating the defect and addressing it; deferred or rejected are the two possible outcomes at this stage; test, the defect has been fixed and can be tested; verified, the defect has been retested and the results have been verified by QA; closed, defect in its final state, which can be closed after retesting by QA or when considered duplicate or not a defect; reopened, QA reopens, reactivates a defect when it has not been fixed; deferred, a defect that can't be addressed in the current cycle is deferred to a future release; rejected. There are three common reasons for rejecting a defect: duplicate, not a defect, and not reproducible. 49. Explain experience-based testing techniques. Answer. The experience-based testing technique is a type of testing that is based on the tester's experience with testing to understand the essential areas of a system. This type of testing is generally used in a low-risk system. Individuals' information, abilities, and foundation knowledge are prime supporters of the test conditions and experiments in experience-based techniques. There are 4 different experience-based testing techniques as shown below. 50. Write the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing. Answer. Smoke testing. It is a type of testing performed to ensure that the acute functionalities of the program are working well. It acts as a confirmation of whether the quality assurance team can further proceed with testing or not. Sanity testing. It is an unscripted form of testing performed to ensure that the code changes that are made are working well. It is performed by the test team for some basic tests. This testing focuses on one or a few areas of functionality and is usually narrow and deep. Thanks for watching Salesforcestart.